So I'll say this: I'm willing to experiment with these legal concepts that Portugal has put forward. I think everyone should try that out. So what should we do with that? Well, maybe we should just go ahead and do the Portugal method 100% right now. Maybe. I imagine that would be quite a shock to the system. A lot of people get angry. It probably would not. That law probably not get passed, etc. Maybe we could at least tiptoe into the system. Here's what I try to do. We'll start off with just say marijuana. Sure, why not? Because that's the least dangerous of the illegal drugs, and it also has potentially medicinal value. There are some people that try to abuse that, by the way. There's some investigation of people, like in California, they go to a doctor's office and they have hidden cameras watching these people, and they're like, "Oh, so what are you gonna pretend your illness is?" Like, "Oh, well, I say I have cancer," and and it's just some doctor that's sort of looking the other way, giving them the drugs. Yeah. There are other cases, by the way, where a person really does have a real problem. It's incredibly painful, and there's certain cases where literally no drug on earth will help their pain except marijuana. It's weird. We don't know exactly why that happens, because if we knew exactly why with these diseases, we'd be able to cure them. Sorts of things. But sometimes just they try like 3 or 4 major drugs, legal drugs, prescription drugs, and it doesn't work. And then you try marijuana and it helps. I got nothing but sympathy for those people. Yeah, that should be legal. Furthermore, what I do for legal under certain circumstances and whatever, let's make sure no one's cheating the system, like I mentioned a second ago. Yada yada. With all the other issues we're dealing with right now, though, and the economy and then torture, which Obama's sort of we're not doing the right thing. Who knows if we have time enough even to discuss this? But hey, I'm trying to discuss it anyway. What are we trying to do? Well, suppose we say, okay, the federal government, with respect to all drugs, or maybe just marijuana, or maybe just one of the other drugs, I don't know. Federal government will lay down some basic principles, basic laws that you have to obey, otherwise it's a felony. But then the states, within the basic rules, will be allowed to do what they want. And this is a great thing of federalism, is, okay, one state can try this, and 6 other states can try 6 other different things, and then we can watch them all and find out what happens. Okay. Principles, let's see. Number 1, the right to non-endangerment. That's basically DUIs. Like, you can drink alcohol, but you can't drink a lot and then get behind the car, and then you might crash and kill somebody. And that somebody did not deserve to die. That's, shall we say, unfair. Very much so. So similarly for anything from marijuana, whatever, you'd have to be a standard of how much you can have in your bloodstream, or to drive a car, to do various other activities. You cannot cause danger upon any other person via the drug. Also, number 2, the right to non-exposure. This would be very important to me. You want to do your marijuana? Okay, I will grant you the right under certain circumstances. But please do it where I am not there. Like, I don't want to go to, like, a park, and there's a bunch of people all smoking marijuana, and the fumes are in the air, and I have to potentially be exposed to the drug. Frick that! Really, no, please, do, no. It's not like, in this park example, that the people on the marijuana are the medical types that absolutely need it right now, that, and they can't do it anywhere else except the park. Like, no. Please, I was saying, principle, look, you can't expose anyone else to your drug. So if it's an airborne, smokable drug thing, and someone else could breathe that air, and they don't want to, well, it's a crime to expose them to that. So basically, you'd have to, do your marijuana, like, preferably in a building, sort of off in the middle of nowhere, and everyone who's in the building, around the building, and the owners of the building all agree that, say, marijuana or whatever is perfectly okay. If everyone agrees to that, they can sign their name someplace, cool. You can go have your marijuana shack elsewhere, so long as it's far enough away that no one else is exposed to this that does not want to be exposed to it. Thank you.